Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please stand and remove your hats to honor the playing of the national anthems.
Ready, one. Two, push in.
For the creator right there, the Iroquois National Anthem, as the Nationals take on the Crocodiles of Australia. Welcome to the final game of the round robin here at the 2016 U19 FIL World Field Lacrosse Championships. Iroquois, Australia. Jake Elliott, Andy Watson with you. Don't forget, you can join us during the webcast via Twitter at PXP for Sports. You see it right there. We got our name up in bright lights there. Andy Watson right on the screen. Gotta love it. A gorgeous evening here on what day is it? We got Tuesday?
It's Tuesday
okay,
still.
They're starting to blend together. I'm not going to lie. Day 6, the final day of round robin competition. Andy Watson, what are you expecting here between the Crocodiles and the Nationals?
Well, so we're just having a little bit of issue here with our PA system here at COQUITLAM Town Center. But I expect we'll see a very, very competitive game. I think the face-off X is going to be a critical part of the game. And that battle that we're going to see today between Australia's Timothy Graham and very likely we'll continue to see Doug Jamieson for the Iroquois. But Timothy Graham has had an outstanding tournament thus far for Australia, and looking forward to seeing how that one plays out. Discipline going to be a big part of the game, and I think, you know, just see how the Iroquois respond to fairly one-sided loss last night, but they pulled back a little bit in the second half, and I think we're looking ahead to this game. Third place on the line in the blue division.
This is it. Third place on the line right here. Now let's see who starts in goal here for Iroquois, who will wear their whites. Australia will be in their greens with the sharp yellow letters for Lee Vickery, your head coach for Iroquois, Freeman Bucktooth. And we'll see who starts in goal for Iroquois. It was Bartel who started against the Americans and played the full game. But it is Armstrong that's coming out onto the field in this essential win for third place here for the Iroquois, and expect Dobson to be the man, although, Andy Watson, it looks like number 40 in green out onto the field here. Sorry, 41. Luke King, it looks like he'll get the start for Australia, so a bit of a surprise in goal, which leads me to believe that maybe Dobson not quite right for this one.
Yeah, well, I'm a little surprised about that decision, but that's why I'm up here in the broadcast booth and not out there coaching.
Well, I need you to stand somewhere, Andy, so I let you up here. I know I've been talking to a lot of people kind of in between games, and I know everyone has been applauding your efforts here over the last 6 days, Andy, and including up here in the broadcast booth. Doing a fantastic job, I must say.
Enjoying the teamwork, Jake. Nice to be working with a professional, and my wife's just happy that I'm not filling her ear with hot air.
Iroquois will go from right to left, Australia vice versa. In the green, Iroquois in white, and coming off that 17-3 defeat to the United States. Let's see how the Nationals react here as the Crocodile back in the stands here for the Aussies, of course. And Australia also coming off a loss to the United States. 12-4 the final in that one, I believe. Yeah, looked like an early move on Iroquois that was detected but not called. And blow the whistle. Let's play some lacrosse. We're underway here. The final game of round-robin competition. Quarterfinals get going tomorrow. We'll run down the scenarios for you as we get a little closer to the end of this one, as the lights have come on high atop Percy Perry Field, and Australia will have first possession. This is Panting, who has been good for Australia. As Mike Chernoff, our PA announcer, still enjoying the Iroquois National Anthem back behind our location. Hard to blame him. On the drive, Davies skipping behind the goal. Hard chop there from Jerry Staats. So Sun still about 2/3 of the field. Davies with a big fake and then hit the post. Yeah, loose ball down to Pius Bonjui.
And it looks like we're going to have a...
Excuse me.
It's a goal.
Hockey. What?
They've awarded a goal here, my friend, Jake Elliott. We'll have to take a look and see what happened here.
Get the replay ready here, ladies and gentlemen. I have that lower pipe down inside. I don't know if one of our international officials down below kind of giving me the raised eyebrow. Not so sure about that one. Are we going to run that one back? Do we got it?
Well, bizarre way for the Australians to go up 1-0 here. And
well, they do have that inner pipe that runs along the bottom of the goal. And by the carom that came out when that ball was shot, did give you the indication that it was inside the goal line, but still no definitive answer, and I don't think we'll be able to get that replay for you, unfortunately. But it is 1-0 for Team Australia. And let's not forget, Andy, Iroquois got out to that 3-1 lead against the United States and then proceeded to go 65+ minutes without a goal.
yeah, and, you know, they wanted to have an early start so that they can, you know, if Australia gets ahead early, we know that they can slow the game down, and we've seen it happen already this tournament. That's not what you want if you're the Iroquois. You want to be able to be in a position where you're playing back and forth with these guys and not having them sustain long possessions. Good
shot on the run from Panting, but missed wide.
Back to the goal earlier, Jake. You're dead on, and sometimes that ball can come out so quickly from the cage. The three-man system, you don't miss a lot in terms of what happens on the net, so I'm confident that the officiating crew were able to see that one come in and out. And
just another case to go to black netting.
Yes.
Although, I don't know if it would have made a difference on that one, because I think it went in on that inside pipe to the left of Armstrong.
Keegan Davies still has the best hair in this tournament, I got to tell you, Jake.
It's better than mine, Andy, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, not a ton to compete with there, Jake.
The skullet.
For those who've never seen Mr. Elliott.
Here's Hockey across the top. Don't forget PXP for Sports via Twitter if you want to join in here with us.
Iroquois playing a man-to-man defense right now, sagging in up until the inside of the restraining line and then going tight man-to-man.
There's Davies on the spin. Australia to the outside here. As the communication picks up a little bit for the Iroquois. And now Matthew Wood will drive to a strong side left. Here comes the double. Somebody open. And good rotation on defense there for Iroquois. Hockey darting back and forth. This is Panting. Another patient offensive set here for Australia. This is their MO. Around the screen is Davies. Pick up, blown up. Pass off the mark, and Iroquois will hold on deep.
And we saw the first stall get put on there, Jake. Per my comment earlier, Australia gets the lead. Yep.
As I'm sure we'll see a number of them.
Australia choosing to settle back into a half-field ride. I think that's wise with the speed of this Iroquois team.
They check the numbers and across center. Larson Sundown. Where's number 6 for the Nationals? Jonah Mohawk. Looks like he's changed up his twig for this game. As here's Nanticoke. Finds it open, Sundown. Loading, shooting, stopping. Is King with his first save.
Getting a round of applause here from, I would say, probably a partisan favor Australia crowd.
Yeah, not a small crowd, but not a packed house either, but solid for this final round-robin game.
Well, considering the host didn't play today, this is a good crowd.
Yeah, I mean,
most be happy with that.
Most, you know, when the host team is playing, they'll either come early for the early game, stay for the late game, or come early for the early game and then stay late for the late game, or depending on what time Canada is playing. I know that probably made no sense whatsoever, but usually if you're coming to the stadium, you're going to take in at least 2 games. The officials for today's contest, Andy Watson.
Johannes Koschke is the crew chief today, with Kevin Forster and Antti-Pekka Molsa, the other referees. The chief bench official is Peter Davidson, and the bench manager is Tony Cordani.
Give me that Finnish ref one more time for me.
Antti-Pekka Molsa.
Well done.
It's a great name.
As you see the stop there from King.
Now, would he be on your all-name team?
I refuse to put an official on the all-name team, Andy. I'm sorry.
For those zebras at home listening to that, Jake Elliott, you're going to have to lobby him to get a,
well, no,
get a ref on the all-name team.
You know what? Out of all the names and different players at this tournament, I think some of the hardest to pronounce have been the officials.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I've butchered a few of them on the PA, that's for sure. I see Lee Brine down here below me, and sometimes
you go with Breen or Brine?
Well, you know, I've heard both.
Why don't we ask him? Drop the headset, Andy. I want to get this rectified right now.
Yeah, So Lee Brine.
Okay, that's what I thought, but then you said Breen. I thought, well, you're a referee. You probably know more than I do.
That's what they've been
At least
announcing.
you think you do, anyway.
Yeah, well, it's all about selling it, right, Jake?
You're never wrong, are you?
You're only wrong when you're wrong.
Out of the timeout, Australia will have possession. Pius Bonjui, who is on the all-name team. Panting. He may be a late addition. I may be panting by the end of this game.
Spoken like a play-by-play guy in a long tournament.
Here's Davies. He'll fire. And that one went off an Australian body and out of play, but because it's a shot, it will be retained possession here for the Crocs.
So this man-to-man defense really packing in tight and then coming out to the top of the restraining line. They don't want to give this Australian team a lot of space by the looks of it.
Low drive. Armstrong down with a save.
Purdy Jr. with a good look there for Australia.
Chauncey Hill up with a loose. And now the Iroquois will start the break. Bomberry with a long bomb here to Jerry Staats. Room to wheel here for Staats. He'll run it across center, knowing the Australian attackman could not go with him. And another chance on offense here for the Iroquois trying to tie this game, trailing 1-0.
I see Staats taking a high position here on the set offense.
Well, just seeing Staats after the game, kind of walking off the field after that USA defeat. Looked like a battered man. He took a whooping in that game, as he often encourages the contact inside. Will not be deterred, I bet, though, as Bennett runs into a stiff check.
We've seen him at the other end of the field with some magic, but Braden Panting with some good one-on-one defense from the midfield spot.
Around a screen. Here's Staats in the post. Fires, scores. Forget about it from Staats. Does not need a lot of room to get that whip off, and he ties the game up at 1.
Well, excellent patience to develop something there for the Iroquois, and Staats getting a screen from the top. Nice little pass there from Jake. Jake's enjoying a tweet that's just come in from someone.
Well, my man William Johnny, who gave me a chirp last game saying it was, he didn't have volume, and then I said, try turning your volume on. He goes, it's actually nice not to hear you, but says, nice to hear me for this game. Obviously an Iroquois National fan.
Excellent.
Welcome aboard, William. You got your shot. You can do the same at PXP for Sports. The Gmail is open as well at pxpforsports@gmail.com. 1-1 in this game to decide third place in the blue division. Bennett. Staats feet inside. Nanticoke quickly now 2-1 Nationals.
Tic-tac-toe passing there for the Iroquois, and wonderful offensive skill fundamentally and positionally to set that goal up. And Nanticoke, who we didn't hear a lot of yesterday, obviously with the ball being at the other end of the field for a good chunk of it.
It really was. I mean, they just never gave that Iroquois team a whole lot of time up on the offensive end, and when they did, they turned it over in pretty quick fashion. Better start for them here against Australia. And back to center we go, and Jamieson will pull it free. Who wants it now? It's number 7, Sean Clark, to scoop. And that's always important, Andy. We seem to mention it every game, the face-off X, but I think a pretty even matchup here tonight we're going to see at the center dot between Jamieson, and Clark will be in there along with Timmy Graham.
Yeah, and I thought Australia might have had the edge in that department coming in. We'll see. It's still pretty early on, but Jamieson looks to be holding his own there.
And, you know, part of the problem with Jamieson is that if he doesn't win it right to himself, if that ball goes free, not being exactly fleet of foot is Douglas Jamieson, and usually gives the opponent a chance to race to the loose ball ahead of him.
Got a flag down here against the Iroquois.
Purdy Jr. behind the cage. Can't go back there now. Australian got to keep it in the box, and ball knocked down. And it'll be a man-up situation here for the Crocodiles.
I think a slashing call here against Trevor Stacey. Trevor, of course. Oh, maybe we have, yeah, just the one. So Stacey plays in the QJ, the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League in ice hockey, and plays for the Six Nations Arrows in box lacrosse. And in the summer, has an opportunity to come back here to COQUITLAM later on if the Arrows can come out of Ontario for the Minto Cup later in August.
Do you know if Nanticoke plays his box lacrosse? If so, where, Andy?
I'm pretty sure he's Six Nations as well.
I don't recall seeing him on that Arrows roster.
But I think that's where he's from.
Mohawk Nation. And an outside shot
Nice
from
goal.
Matthew Wood. Straight out of the Wembley Lacrosse Club, ties it at 2.
Good ball movement, drew the slide. Excellent rotation here from the Australian power play. A nice dish there from Panting, opening up his teammate Wood, and the attacker with a nice lefty shot, a sidearm shot there. Ties the game at 2. Power play marker for the Aussies.
Somebody let me know where Tehoka Nanticoke plays his box lacrosse, if you will. PXP for Sports. Well, somebody out there's got an answer for me. And a face-off win this time for Australia, and it was a clean one. As Jamieson will scramble for the sideline. As that time it was Tim Graham on the draw. Here's the latest goal scorer in Wood. Griffin Nicholas. And Davies has really started to take a more prominent role here with Australia in the last couple of games, handling the ball much more. As he spins his wand in his hand, as he'll open himself up for a pass. As Panting will go for a stride. As Australia will be patient with the ball. There's no question about that. Lee Vickery will implore his troops to use clock, make good decisions. They'll get a change on the fly here. #23 is Liam Hood. Hood to Wood. Stall call on. This could be a bit of a trap game here for Iroquois. I mean, if Australia continues to do this all game, we're going to be in for a low-scoring game. And it's really going to come down to that face-off X if these possessions continue to just grind away here.
Well, that's probably the game plan for Vickery and company.
Well, it's a smart one, for sure.
So the more this turns into a back-and-forth box lacrosse style game, I think the more it favors the Iroquois. Yes, I'm alternating pronunciations today to keep everyone happy at home.
Okay, so he does play for the Arrows. My bad. I guess you get a little bit overshadowed when you play with a guy like Adi Staats, who pumped in 72 goals his junior season. Thanks for the tweets coming in, though. Much appreciated. We have not got word on Borges quite yet. And it was a scary situation, no question. If we get any updates on that, we have got the thumbs up, Andy.
From what I understand, because of the concussion protocol in the FIL, he will not be back for the rest of the tournament. So his tournament is over.
Wow.
Precautionary from a concussion standpoint. So that's a big loss for the U.S.
That is indeed. So there you go. There's your update. Davies, nice handle. Pretty junior on the quick. Now a drive to the goal, trying to open himself up, spins back strong side, can't get the shot off. Feet across the lane, that one's off an Iroquois stick. No, they're going to say straight out of bounds, back to the Nationals.
Again, this ride here, not extremely aggressive for Australia. They'd rather sag back a little bit and see what happens in the half court, or the half field rather, Jay.
Sometimes I just open myself up for UGA men's lacrosse. Wow, this Iroquois-Australia game at 2-2. You got to think the team that wins is going to be the one with the most points.
Hey.
Yes, the sky is blue. We like to call them goals here.
Yes.
Up in the Great White North, sir. Thank you for the tweet.
You know, Jake, I think what a cut. What a cut.
Well, just sit back and enjoy the replay on this one, ladies and gentlemen.
Skklyar Thomas, undetected, the Akwesasne product, cutting through the middle, takes a beauty feed from behind the cage. Staats obviously quarterbacking the offense, and just like a laser. And Thomas splitting through 3 Australian defenders to catch that. A little bit diminutive. He's such a small, quick player. Catch and shoot, 3-2 Iroquois.
And just another tweet coming in here from Izzy Nicholas, letting me know that she says Tehoka plays for the Six Nations Rebels, which is their junior B team, I believe. But
yeah.
Okay. So, and that Trevor Stacey is from Kahnawake.
Yeah, Stacey is from Kahnawake. Last year he played in the Minto Cup for Six Nations, and I believe he is on the Six Nations Arrows roster this year. But yeah, that's makes sense from a Q standpoint why he plays his hockey there.
Okay. Nationals back on offense.
And I'll say the junior B team, the Rebels, they could compete with most junior A teams. They're that good.
They're a bit of a dynasty going on there, no question. Big fake. Here's the drive, fan off the crossbar.
Ron John, I believe.
My man, Ron John, inches away there. It is 3-2. They have not changed the official scoreboard here inside the stadium, but we do have it right up on the screen. Now a turnover here back to Australia.
Great job there for Iroquois defense not to go offside. That was a pretty close call there, but Jerry Staats managed to tiptoe his way as he attempted to keep the ball on the other side of the field.
So you can see down in this south end, the shadows about halfway across the field. In the north end of the field, still about the near sideline. So each team will have to play through the elements. Is that got to be a flag? No. Man, you could hear the chop from up here. But each team will play about a quarter in the sunshine, and when you're passing from this near sideline to the far one, the sun rays can definitely play havoc with you.
Yeah, we saw some drop balls in a couple of other games thus far, so it will be a factor, Jake.
Just to confirm, Andy, the team that scores the most goals will win this game, according to UGA Men's Lacrosse.
Yeah, you know, it's all. I've had some pretty magical quotes in my time in journalism, and that tweet right up there. We're gonna give you guys the razzing. I'm sorry, we got to do it.
We appreciate them all coming in. Here's Hockey from the point. He'll drive left. Good slide, help D, and Jerry Stutz will steal the ball and go back to Armstrong in his crease. Tyson Bomberry out wide. Is he really the quarterback of this defensive unit here for the Nationals? Baker runs into a roadblock, and they find the open side near the bench.
You know, Baker has had a really big role here for the Iroquois. He's done a really good job on the clear. He seems to be brought out to try and help out with that. I think he's going to be a guy that really factors into this team if they're to have success down the road. I think they need to utilize his speed a little bit more in transition.
Intermediate player for the Maple Ridge Meadows Burrards, the Squamish Nation. Ball to center. Smart, alert play there from Stotts.
Yeah, second time he's come up to the line, used that agility. Keep ball in play for the Iroquois offense.
Time ticking down here, first quarter. 3-2 Iroquois, looking to make it 4. Almost a handcuff pass there, has changed his mind. And a bounce shot off the near pipe, out near center again here in Australia.
Ooh.
Luck out. Stotts gave one back to Purdy, who pushed him on the back. Offside intentionally, and Stotts got a free one in on Purdy Jr.
Yeah, he could have gone simultaneous on that one, but maybe the chop went undetected. Maybe it's Stotts trying to get in Purdy Jr.'s head.
Tehoka Nanticoke with a feed inside. The vision to Jonah Mohawk, and it's 4-2.
My oh my, what a beautiful feed just inside the seam there. See on the replay. Good ball movement, excellent setup there for the Iroquois. Mohawk. A little give and go with Nanticoke. It gets in behind, panting the midfielder in that short stick matchup. Iroquois exploit it. They go up now 4-2 at the end of the first quarter.
20 minutes in the books and 60 to go here from Percy Perry Field in the city of Coquitlam, the province of British Columbia, the country of Canada, the site of the 2016 FIL World Field Lacrosse Championships at the under-19 level. Jake Elliott and Andy Watson will return in 1 minute for the start of quarter number 2.
For more information, please visit www.novusnow.ca.
Shutter 250 F4.
Is yours 250 yet?
Ladies and gentlemen, for the health and enjoyment of all spectators, smoking is prohibited at Percy Perry Stadium. Enforcement of this regulation depends on the cooperation and good faith of smokers and non-smokers alike. Thank you for your cooperation. The score at the end of the first quarter. Team Australia 2, Team Iroquois Nationals 4.
Coming back.
Crocodile getting the Croc fans fired up here as we get set for quarter number 2 and the final day of round robin competition. Jake Elliott, Andy Watson with you as we take you back to center field here at Percy Perry. Blow the whistle, let's play some lacrosse, and an early violation there on Australia.
And after so many procedure calls against the Iroquois in the first quarter, maybe they saw something that they could work on, and credit to Jamieson for getting the possession for his boys, and Iroquois back to the offense. Patience here for the Iroquois. And, you know, this 2-goal lead, Jake, so important, because if the Australians had that lead, again, we'd be back into that stall game.
Staats will pick up a ground ball, took a high check, flag comes in, a second one on the far side of the field as well. Not sure if it's for the same violation.
I think it might have been for an interference, so I think we're going to see 2 Australian players go down
Staats on the
here.
drive, looked high, just missed. And here comes the flag. Might be 2 coming here against the Crocodiles. That's late flag comes in again. Well, maybe the ref just dropped it when he was picking it up.
So I think there's a push on the back for 30 seconds and a slash on the, or a cross check on the near side here. So a 6-on-4 play here. The Iroquois to the power play, and you can't give a team this talented this kind of opportunity.
Well, they do have 5 bodies out on D. And the Iroquois 6 offensive players. Nanticoke, Staats, backhand feed crease. Up top it comes. Back to Staats, loads the hammer, doesn't pull the trigger. Goes to Nanticoke, back to Staats. This time he will, and he'll miss the goal. Just a heater from Staats. And you got to wonder whether the Australian look out.
That was ridiculous. That thing was a laser. I think, was that Sundown on the far side?
I believe it was. No, I think Devon Buckshot maybe, number 5. Let's check the replay here.
Well, ball at X. They get play restarted quickly. And beautiful pass from Laffin out front.
It is Buckshot indeed, and that thing came out of there like it was fired out of a shotgun.
Well, Laffin and Buckshot, we haven't called their name that much, but 2 very offensively gifted players getting the 5th goal there for the Iroquois.
Sure. And now a 3-goal lead here for the Nationals. Trying to lock up that 3rd spot. And if that is indeed the case, they will take on Ireland tomorrow. Andy Watson?
Yes.
And Australia will play Israel.
Israel, correct. And that bracket, the Australia-Israel bracket, should the score stay the same, would go on to play the United States. The other side, the Iroquois-Ireland bracket, would be destined to play Canada. Those games on Thursday. The quarterfinals tomorrow.
And I'll have the 12:30 and 3:30 Pacific time games for you. Close to a ward there. They let it go. Staats around the goal with a power shoulder. Backhand shot. And somehow I think King, that one just hit him. I don't know if he stopped it.
No, I don't think he saw it at all. Staats lucky not to get called for a push on the back there.
I was just about to say this Australian goaltender and King has what a stick there from Nanticoke to knock it out of bounds. But I don't know if King has ever seen a shooter like an Austin Staats load up.
No, and here I think we're gonna get a replay here. There's Staats coming around the cage, rolling, a little fake stutter, and then from
just off the inside of the knee.
Yeah, he didn't see where that rebound went. So lucky for Australia not to have a rebound there. Good work by our crew there to get that replay.
Okay, so just getting clarification in from Chauncey Hill. Appreciate it, my man. Tehoka Nanticoke, arrows only, no rebels since the 14th season. So I'm going to go with that. Chauncey Hill.
Yep.
Would never steer me wrong.
Nope. Go with the experts, Jake.
Absolutely. Good ride here from Nanticoke. Steals it. Pirouette. Here comes Nanticoke. Scores. Mark it down, Andy Watson. All he does is score highlight reel goals.
Well, and I love the celebration, the handshake with his teammate. The strip, the roll, the bumble and the stumble, the fake and the goal. What a play by Nanticoke.
That is ridiculous. That is just ridiculous.
And he makes it look so easy. That's
TN1.
the other thing.
Special to watch. He is a special, special player. Back to center we go. Jamieson wins this one. Picks it up. He's going to go to goal. Go, Dougie. Scores! Big Douglas Jamieson goes top cheddar. And 2 quick ones here from the Nationals.
Well, such a critical draw. Carries it. I think he's surprised no one picks him up. So he's like, okay, fine, guys.
Had a look over the shoulder.
I'll go to the net and I'll shoot it. And that's one, really, that is one that Luke King needs to have.
That's a box lacrosse goaltender right there, showing you how it's done as a face-off man here at the U19s. All of a sudden becomes a goal scorer.
He'll even get a break for his efforts.
Impressive. I think he probably needs the break more than getting the break. There's a chance off the post. Nanticoke will pick it up, spins into the middle, little flipper. Oh, what a stop there from King as Nanticoke. What a feed. I mean, it's just a highlight reel every time.
I think he.
I don't know if can we get a replay of that little feed right there on that last one? I mean, that you can't teach it. That's just something you're born with right there.
So Australia now will definitely slow the play down. They need to give their poles some rest. So we'll see a long sustained possession here, I would suspect.
Down 5 to the Iroquois.
And I guess you can't slow it down too much.
No.
Given the fact that you're down 5.
You have to make the most of your opportunity. And we'll see if they look for either Panting or Purdy Jr. on the finish here. Both players go down. Ball comes free, picked back up.
Keegan Davies with the greatest hair in the game. This game, anyway.
I don't know. I think you got to throw Bennett and Nanticoke into that mix as well.
Nanticoke's got some pretty good dreads, too.
The traditional braid.
Very true. Very true. It's too bad hockey doesn't have a mullet. That would just be totally fitting.
Davies on the rollback. Hockey.
Purdy Jr.'s just been taken right out of this game. And finally, as I say that, now he's got a short stick matchup.
And he wants to attack it.
They're going to need
waste
help
any
here.
time. Here comes the double. Nobody open, so Purdy Jr. will reset.
And that's Owen Hill with the defensive matchup on the short stick. Purdy trying to use the official as a screen. And the stall comes on.
Here it is. As we have 12 to play here in quarter 2. And this, for both these teams, their 4th game. High feed. Big fake there. Shot, good stop from Armstrong, and he's up with it. Lead feed to Bomberry was short, but what do we got?
Interference call in front of the net against the Iroquois midfielder. I think that was Owen Hill getting the call against him, and Australia will get the ball back. And the stall, I believe, will remain on. May be wrong.
It should, but it's not. As just caught the tail end of that replay. Hockey. Wood in 22, Hood in 23. Across the top with it. Got to be close to another stall call here, Andy.
Yeah, I think you'll see it here. We have an ISO play.
Got to step on his man. And there's one of those opportunities I'd like to see Panting pull the trigger. Got back up, and instead you never get a shot off, and it's a turnover. Here come the Iroquois Nationals. Feet in front. Nanticoke on the reverse. Couldn't get it to go as he went for the reverse backhand. They're around the world, if you will. And he was stopped by King. One more time for me if we can, please.
The human highlight reel. T. Nanticoke.
Just watch the attempted finish here from Tehoka Nanticoke. Tough pass to bring in, and all in one motion. Almost got it to go.
He thought he scored on that too. So we got a flag down for a hit along the sidelines. We'll see a push on the back. So the Iroquois will be short for 30. Australia a chance to cut the lead to 4 here on the power play.
Trailing 7-2 as we cross the halfway mark of quarter 2.
So if you're Mitch laughing on that, you've got Staats on one side and Nanticoke on the other, how do you decide which open player to dish the ball to?
I'd say you both got enough goals already. It's my turn.
Team Iroquois Nationals penalty to number 1, Tehoka Nanticoke.
Almost, you don't want to say must-score territory here for Australia, but if they want to keep this within striking distance, they need to score on their man-up opportunities. Can't waste a lot of time. Panting, gonna load, down to the crease, it's knocked away.
I don't know why Davies had an open seam there, and I don't know why he didn't step in and shoot. They were looking for a guy up top, and now they've lost possession.
Iroquois will clear. And back to even strength on the release. Mitch laughing. Skklyar Thomas. And a bounce pass from Ranjan. It's almost like you have to say Ranjan. You can't just say John.
No.
Because you're thinking you're calling somebody by the first name.
Yeah. And Ranjan just has such a good ring to it, Jake.
Australia will stay structured on their defensive side. And they caused the turnover. I don't even know if we're going to need the lights tonight, Andy, the way the sun is shining.
Yeah, it's wonderful to have, and I see sunshine in the forecast for the rest of the week.
Indeed, and that's just great to see. I was nervous leading up to this tournament as we approached Thursday, kind of looking at the extended forecast. It was not pretty. And Thursday was definitely the worst of the bunch. But since then, it's been quite pleasant.
Yeah, despite the obstacles we've had with the blown fuse and the smoke.
A little bit of a fire, no big deal. Flags absolutely flat down on the south end, so no wind to speak of either. And good man ball there from Australia as Liam Hood comes up with the ground.
The Iroquois back to pressuring the ball. Ooh, nice double.
And how about the strip from Staats?
Jerry Staats has been, I think, maybe the unsung hero for this Iroquois team.
Rock solid. And he's going to need to be every bit of that when they face the Canadians again, which by all accounts they will. As look out. That one will sail high. As Nanticoke has it. As you watch Matthew Bennett on the spin. Staats on the feed. And again, it's Laughing got underneath that one. Tehoka Nanticoke. Staats directing traffic. Got the screen. Flip. Good D. Picked up. One-handed attempt. Didn't work. And a ground ball picked up by Australia. Well done there from Jalen DiCarlo. And now Ben Greenwood. He'll run it across center. Needs an open man now. Excuse me, almost turned it over, but Bonjui has it. And Australia looking for goal number 3 here with just over 6 minutes to go in this second quarter. They managed 4 against the USA. The States got 12. This is Davies. Open man on the step down. High shot, and it goes. Matthew Wood with his second. And Australia back within 4 now at 7-3.
Well, just a traditional offense, a lot of room up top. And Wood makes no mistake.
Not a hard shot. Not a hard shot, Andy Watson, but deadly accurate there.
Yeah, and I don't think you can really fault Armstrong on that one. He did have a clean look at it, but just a really well-executed shot and excellent skill from the Australians. Too much space, though. The Iroquois need to take away that space from the Australian outside shot.
No, I mean, they don't have a ton of outside shooters on this Australian team. So maybe part of the strategy to take away the middle, and if they can beat you from the outside, so be it.
Just don't let Purdy and company get the ball low. Yeah, you may be very right.
Staats will pick up a ground ball, powers his way inside, had it pried free. And flags go a-flying as Staats takes another whooping.
Yeah, well, when you got a guy that skilled, he'll become a target for other teams' defenses. Get a look at the replay. Staats getting quadruple teamed there, and coming in late. It was 24 from Australia. It looked like some head contact from Oliver Hammett.
That's not a great hit there. And I think it's actually the Australian that's
He's still
down on the play.
Yeah.
So they'll attend to the downed Australian here. We'll try and get you a name and a number. I think it might be 24, but we'll let you know when we return to game action here at the U19 World Field Lacrosse Championships. Iroquois leading Australia 7-3. Was it 24, Andy, that slow to get up off the field there?
Yeah, I think the guy that delivered the hit.
Oliver Hammett. See if he can continue, as we saw Borges for the Americans go down, taking a shot right off the helmet from Joe Cara from England, and indication is his tournament is now over due to concussion protocol.
And so here's a bizarre situation for you. You get the player who's hurt, likely not able to serve his penalty.
They do have a man in the box as the Nationals go to work on the man up. Open, loading, scoring. Once again, it's Buckshot.
Timeout called by the Iroquois.
Iroquois will call timeout to save some time on the man up as they now lead 8-3, excuse me.
Another beauty outside right-hand shot there from Buckshot.
I think you want to let Buckshot wind up from that area. Hilburn, yeah. We'll take a quick break. You can send me a tweet in the meantime at PXP for Sports. We'll come back with more second quarter action right after this.
Is the presenting sponsor of the 2016 World Juniors of Field Lacrosse. For more information, please visit www.novusnow.ca. World Lacrosse fans, for online schedules, stats, stories, and upcoming pay-per-view games. If you can't get out to the field for future games, visit our website at www.2016worldlax.com.
Welcome back, lacrosse fans. Just over 4 minutes to go in this opening half here between the Iroquois Nationals and the Crocodiles of Australia. And it's a 5-goal Iroquois lead with third place in the blue division. Use your inside voice, Mike. Thank you.
Team Iroquois Nationals goal scored by number.
And a clean face-off win here for Jamieson. Here come the Nationals. Tehoka Nanticoke, skip feed, and Staats couldn't bury.
That's 5, Buckshot.
With Bennett there for backup. As that's pretty much, you know, 1 is looking for 43 or 43 is looking for number 1.
Pretty nice option to have if you're either of them.
Little hidden ball trick. And it's with Laffin in behind the goal for Bennett.
Got our camera operators again.
Yes.
These guys are shifty.
Got to be careful. Another possession here for Iroquois.
I've seen some pretty good ones from these guys.
Oh, yeah.
Over the years.
Inventors of the game and inventors of the hidden ball trick. Staats cashes in. Flag down as well.
We got a slash, so Iroquois will go back to the power play and look to build on this 6-goal lead.
I think we might have a referee's timeout.
Well, Iroquois call a timeout to preserve the man advantage, try and build on this lead.
And that will be their final timeout of the half. We will take another quick one. No, Andy, let's tell you what. Let's run down the scenarios for tomorrow's quarterfinal action, if you will.
So with this game now being at 9-3, if the score was to stay the same, Iroquois would finish 3rd and Australia would finish 4th. Here's what the next day would look like. So Taiwan and Korea is already set for one of the 9 to 12 quarterfinal games. Germany and China will play over on field 2, followed by Mexico and Scotland over there. But for the top blue division, for the top 4 spots, what we're looking at is it would be the Iroquois facing Ireland at 12:30 p.m. That is if the Iroquois hold on and win this game. The winner of that game would then play Canada on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. The 4th place team in the blue division, which if Australia loses this, it will be them, would face Israel tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. The winner of that game would then have a very quick turnaround to play the United States at 4:30 on Thursday. So what we're very likely looking at is Australia-Israel in one quarterfinal, the Iroquois and Ireland in another, with the Iroquois-Ireland winner playing Canada, and the Israel-Australia winner playing the United States.
Well done, Andy. I'll have those 2 games, 12:30 and 3:30 Pacific time. Mark the start times in those as they're not our usual 4 and 7:30 starts. So 12:30, 3:30 tomorrow for most likely Iroquois as Nanticoke scores. Iroquois, Ireland, and then Israel, Australia.
Man, they make that look so easy. The 6-on-4, you have so much space on the field. And just good execution, patience, and a beautiful dish there from Laffin, finding Nanticoke, who just makes it look so easy, buries it home. Iroquois now up 7 goals. Or is that their 9th? Is that their 9th or their 10th?
I believe that's number 9.
Jumping ahead.
I think they changed it up there pretty quick. Actually, no, I think Staats made ahead 9, and that might be number 10. We'll try and get the official score in here momentarily. But when you fill it up as quickly as the Nationals can, it's hard to understand. As Australia will call timeout now and try and get the offense going here with just over 2 minutes to go in this opening half.
And it is 9-3. I was just jumping the gun a little bit there, Jake. We just got confirmation from our scorekeepers. So.
Okay.
As the Aussies time out here. You know, for Australia at this stage, I got to say that'll be a very intriguing matchup tomorrow.
Well, they better not sleep on Israel.
No, Israel's pole play, their long poles have been really good. And they've got some U.S.-born guys, U.S.-trained guys, a decent goaltender, and a couple guys named Berkovitz, who's number 99. Or sorry, no, Berkovitz is 18. And then you've got Bernstein, number 99. Those 2 guys have shown all through the tournament that they have the potential to rip apart other teams' defenses. And then I don't know how to compare him. He's kind of Staats-like, a little diminutive guy named Nick Shulkin wearing number 2, a guy out of San Rafael, California. He's been all over the scoring. He can dish, he can shoot, he can score, and he's really good one-on-one. So Berkovitz, Shulkin, and Bernstein will be the guys I think you got to look for. And then David Metzger in net, and some outstanding pole plays come from Noah Knopf, defender out of New York, New York.
Well, I better start studying up my Israeli for tomorrow.
Shalom.
Andy.
Shalom. Oy vey.
My goodness. Well, I tell you, I think 08 was probably a little more difficult for me. You had teams from Finland that year. Japan in the mix back in 08. And I have not had to do a whole lot of red division games. I wouldn't say thankfully, but makes my life a little bit easier, only having to learn names and numbers for 5, 6, 7 teams rather than all 14.
Yeah, most of these ones being Anglo names as well.
Yeah. So out of the timeout here for Team Australia. Davies on the drive.
Again, Purdy Jr. just getting absolutely shadowed. Right now it's Baker on him, the pride of Squamish.
Feed into the stack, and Armstrong with a stuff off of Hockey.
Here goes Baker. Try and catch him.
I might want to put him up there with Conrad in the speed department. Baker, quick feed. Here's Bennett ducking underneath, and he'll score.
And that goal is all Baker. Baker shadowing at one end of the field, scoops up the Lucy, drives the other way. Excellent transition, draws a slide, gets 2 poles frozen, and just a beautiful fake and juke finish from Bennett. Goes 5-hole, and it is now a 10-3 lead. Minute left here in the half.
I mean, that happened literally in, what, 12 seconds from end to end into the back of the goal?
Yeah. That kid's going to be on everyone's radar for Junior A when he gets of age. I would not be surprised to see him head east.
Ball yanked free by Jamieson on the one-handed scoop. And he'll go back to the goaltender Armstrong with it. He'll move it quickly to Tyson Bottenberry, and a one-up here to Jerry Staats. Says, get back across the line so I can go over. And that was offside on Iroquois. They had a man in the change box, but still think that should have been called procedure.
I didn't quite see from this end.
There's Staats, look out, setting something up, and it's a step back. Rip to the far pipe. As that garners a few oohs and ahs from this U19 crowd.
Well, I mean, defended well, and then Staats just taking a look, almost like a third eye, uses that stick and just rips it around the shoulder screen there off the Australian defender. 11-3 now for the Iroquois at the end of the half.
Half one in the books, and Iroquois extends the lead to 8 at the break. This is the final day of round-robin competition. Quarterfinals get going tomorrow, but still 40 minutes to go here between the Crocodiles and the Nationals. We'll have it for you in 10 minutes' time. You are watching the FIL U19 World Field Lacrosse Championships on Sports TV, Sports Canada TV, brought to you by Novus. Get a hold of me via Twitter at PXP for Sports, and we'll see you in 10 minutes.
The 2016 FIL Under-19 Men's Lacrosse World Championships depend on the generosity of business sponsors and community support for much of the tournament's success. We would like to thank our presenting sponsor, Novus, and the following platinum and gold sponsors for their generous support in making this great event a reality. Our platinum sponsors, the province of British Columbia, the city of COQUITLAM, CSTT Sports, and Extreme Threads. Our gold sponsors, the Pius Management Group, Nando's, Vancouver Sports Pictures, Impact Canopies Canada, and Pasta Polo Restaurants. Novus is the presenting sponsor of the 2016 World Juniors of Field Lacrosse. Since lighting up its first buildings in 1996 in downtown Vancouver, Novus has expanded its fiber optic network in Metro Vancouver to also provide high-speed internet, television, and phone service to residential and business customers in Coquitlam, Burnaby, Richmond, and Surrey. Proud of its local origin International Lacrosse Under 19 Men's Lacrosse World Championships. For more information on the BC government, visit gov.bc.ca. Official U19 World Tournament Lacrosse apparel and event sponsor merchandise is available for purchase at the sponsor tent venue to the north of the grandstand area. In addition, you will find raffle table prizes, 50/50 tickets, and a select limited quantity of unique souvenirs available for sale. Please visit our platinum sponsor, the Extreme Threads Tent, where you can get a hoodie tonight and a free tube with every hoodie purchase. Get your free tube with every hoodie purchase tonight at the Extreme Threads Tent, our platinum sponsor. I've been informed that the tube to our international audience is a woolly cap. So get your woolly cap at the Extreme Threads Tent.
Lacrosse fans, we are back. We are live inside Percy Perry Stadium here at Town Centre in the city of Coquitlam, British Columbia, Canada, as we get set for the start of the second half here between the Nationals and the Crocodiles, Australia and Iroquois. And it's an 8-goal Iroquois lead as we get set for second half action. Jake Elliott, Andy Watson with you. Is this the final game of round robin competition? And just getting some tweets coming in at halftime, and in particular from Lacrosse Film Room. Let me know if you're doing a breakdown of the Israeli team, you have to mention Zach Ornstein facing off. He takes draws for Albany, and Lacrosse Film Room puts him right in the category with Henningsen in that department and expects him to be 50% or better. You know, we haven't been keeping stats in the red division, but in today's game, for example, now I know they weren't playing maybe a perennial powerhouse or anything like that, but I think he probably won all but one draw, and the one that he lost was because one of his wingers on the restraining line jumped early. So, yeah, Ornstein's pretty good, and he can also score in transition, pick up the ball and go, just like Nanticoke, or rather Jamieson. Yes, Big Dougie with Gino here tonight. Blow the whistle, let's play some lacrosse. We're underway here in quarter number 3, Australia in possession. This is Hockey across the top with it. Purdy Jr. As the lights begin to take effect here in the second half. Sun is down behind our broadcast location now. Almost a pickoff. Davies whiffed on the Lucy. We have goalie changes for both teams. Yes, thank you. Good pickoff there. As we have Bartel in for Iroquois, Dobson in for Australia. Where is it Dobson down there, Andy? Australia, number 15. No, it is not. It's Lincoln
it's Potter.
Potter, yeah. Excuse me.
He was the tendy that played in yesterday's game against the United States.
So all 3 goaltenders seeing action in this tournament for Team Australia. Purdy was open on the pop-out, didn't get it. Wood with a couple here tonight. Pass gets through. Jerry Staats will pick up on his man.
I like this sort of post offense that Australia's running. I haven't seen this look from them yet. It's pretty effective. They've got lots of open space.
They'll run to the near pipe here, feed high. Davies on the take, feed inside, step back from Purdy. That one was blocked, ball on the carpet. And picked up, and we got a downed Iroquois player.
I think Ron John.
Doubled over here.
Yeah, he took a howitzer here. We get a look on the replay.
As I think it came on the release from Purdy, and Ron John feeling the effects of that as he did get himself protected to some regard, but still, when you take a point-blank laser beam like that from about 10 feet away, it's going to hurt.
Well, he's rolled over onto his back, so we know he's okay. That's a good sign. But yeah, Purdy Jr., one of those guys that's got pretty nice wind-up. Good to see him moving, though. You know, and I'll knock on wood. I think this is wood.
Don't tap my head like that, Andy.
We've had a relatively injury-free tournament thus far. A couple rolled ankles, the concussion protocol on Borges earlier today. This block shot here, but for the most part, in a contact sport.
Nothing too serious as Ron John up, and he'll jog it off. But yes, I'm sure lots of battered and bruises out there for all the teams, but that's part of what you sign up for when you play the game of lacrosse. My back's a little sore, just in case you're wondering, Andy.
Yeah, you all right there, Jake?
We'll hang it out.
We get the medical people up here.
Back underway we go. Just across 2 minutes into this third quarter. Nanticoke and Staats and company go back to work. Buckshot. And also getting a tweet from Lacrosse Film Room. Owen Hill, 3 years the younger of players that have already played their freshman season at school. Bright future ahead for that D1 athlete.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, me either. And that's why you rely on the magic of Twitter and Get some solid nuggets coming in. And you got the UGA Lacrosse men's lacrosse team at the other end of the spectrum. Nice little toe drag. Mind you, that tweet's already got about 35 favorites, so he's doing something right there. More followers than I do, anyway.
I love these. You've already talked about it earlier broadcast, Jake, but these helmets are awesome for the Iroquois. They look even better as we see another goal there from the, oh no, penalty, not a goal, sorry.
The goaltender, well,
oh, yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a
ball
goal.
is in the cage. Indeed it is. And
didn't even see him release that. We're going to look on the replay.
this will tell the
Staats.
tale in the right hand there, and didn't get cleanly in, but it is in the back of the goal regardless. And you're right, those helmets are a thing of beauty.
I went down to the Iroquois merchandise booth.
They're selling those down there?
Well, no. I asked them if they were. They obviously weren't. All their men's sizes are essentially sold out except for triple XLs.
Well,
by the way, triple XLs.
No, I went one higher, Andy. I got a T-shirt last night on my way out of the facility. Went with the 4X.
But they've sold out for basically all their men's stuff, so they're the hot commodity here.
Good-looking stuff. And when you don't, have access to it here on the West Coast very often, you got to take advantage, man.
Very true. That Six Nations store in Ohsweken at the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena, pretty awesome little spot where you can get some good merch, some excellent equipment. Delby Powless and company.
Well, and the Arrows will begin their two-time Minto Cup champion defense and try and make their way out to Langley, BC for the Canadian Junior Bucks Lacrosse Championships. And if they make it, they'll be bringing some merch with them as a shot and a goal. Hat-trick goal, in fact, for Matthew Wood.
Giving the fans here something to cheer about.
Having a game here for Australia's 22.
And a bit of a lunge there from the Iroquois defender. That was Liam Anderson. And he just made him pay for that and fired it home.
Beat Bartel cleanly. And Australia back within 8 here with time ticking across the 5-minute mark of quarter 3.
Team Australia goal scored by number 22, Matthew Wood.
Clean win on the draw there from Timothy Graham. And Australia goes back to the offense, trailing it by 8.
And this will be really the only way they'll get back in the game is score goals and win faceoffs. Because, if you give the ball to the Iroquois, they're going to score. Eventually. Who we got down there, Andy?
Taiwanese team looking like they're up to mischief right now. I think they were just ducking down. They didn't want to get in the way of the fans. How courteous of them.
I mean, really. Polite as it gets.
Almost too polite to a fault. And tomorrow, of course, they play Korea at the 9:30 a.m. game. They're just loving the experience here. That should be a good game. Of course, Taiwan won that magical 7 OT game the other day over Mexico.
Nice little handle there on the Port Moody bounce pass from Matthew Wood. Davies will skip it behind. Up high. Here's Wood. Loads, tucks. Doesn't shoot it. Got tripped. That's got to be a flag. No call. Right in front of the official, and he kept the flag in the pocket.
I'll defend the official on that one. I think contact came on the hand. Maybe, if anything, a hold or a chop.
A tweet coming in here from Dylan saying Griffin Nicholas, 16, Andy Watson.
My God, and he's had a pretty unbelievable tournament too.
Number 17 for the Crocodiles. Thanks for that.
We have Williamstown Lacrosse Club in Victoria. Victoria, Australia, of course.
Yes. Turnover. And good run here from Mohawk. Loads, pass down to the crease. Probably should have pulled the trigger. Finds Nanticoke, however. And the Nationals will slow things down here a little bit.
Car out there needs a muffler. We can hear it here with our headsets on.
Long pass out. Sundown. Laughin will go field wide. Scanlon, who wears number 3. Waits for the change, and on comes Skklyar Thomas. Errant pass there will roll towards the center line. And long pole with the advantage there, but Australia keeps it alive, and now a free ball is snatched by Thomas. And what do we got? Timeout Iroquois, as they didn't like that last offensive set. So Freeman Bucktooth will call timeout. We'll take a quick one as well. Send me a tweet at PXP for Sports. This is the U19 World Field Lacrosse Championships on Sports Canada TV, brought to you by Novus. We're right back after this.
Novus is the presenting sponsor of the 2016 World Juniors of Field Lacrosse. For more information, please visit www.novusnow.ca. World Lacrosse fans, for online schedules, stats, stories, and upcoming pay-per-view games. If you can't get out to the field for future games, visit our website at www.2016worldlax.com. If you can't make it out to the game, consider watching on pay-per-view. Visit worldlax.tv for streaming packages. Just $45 for the whole tournament or $8 a day.
Pretty good. Yeah.
All right, back underway here from Percy Perry Stadium. Jake Elliott, Andy Watson with you. And Iroquois in control, looking to lock up the 3 seed here, up by 8 over Team Australia, 12-4. As we near the midway mark of quarter 3. If you're new to the broadcast, folks, we should let you know those black lines you see down your screen are just large cables holding up the canopy here at Percy Perry Stadium. So don't adjust your monitor, and the clock is not official, just a general guideline for you to let you know how much time left in the quarter is the replay from Thomas as he hit the pipe.
Yeah, nice little one-on-one dodge. Iroquois really getting their full value here, getting everyone some touches, everyone some field time. As they play tomorrow, they'll want to rest their stars' legs. Don't see Staats out there, for example, right now, and we've seen limited action from Nanticoke, although he's on the field right now.
And my apologies, I seem to keep mixing up Skklyar Thomas 66 and Sky Sunday 88.
Sky Sunday doesn't look very old in his little mugshot headshot here.
That is true. As Australia will look to cut into this 8-goal lead. In behind the cage, it's Davies. Hockey wants it out high here. And the wing dodge, he'll get it now. And he'll come here to Matthew Wood, who has had the hot stick for the Crocodiles. 10 to go, third quarter. And that pass will get popped out of the stick and out of play. Davies tried to sell the shot there with the official. He wasn't buying any of it. Sky Sunday ahead to Baker. And he'll go for a run. Around one man, around a second. And we see a much more settled, controlled offense here for Freeman Bucktooth and the Nationals tonight, Andy.
Yeah, and Freeman's known for being able to kind of coach within the game. Like, he can make adjustments on the fly. There's Onondaga Redhawks, when he coached Junior B in box lacrosse, I remember reffing some of his games down in Onondaga, and he always had an ability to be able to change a game, motivate his players, and get them on the same page. And when you have guys that don't play together very often, that's so important.
Feed from behind the cage coming. Nanticoke not open. Laughing on the drive, got pride. The Kings onto the ball, feet in front. Here's Nanticoke on the spin back. And maybe tried to make that one look a little more flashy than he probably needed to. The overhand was available.
Just took
hard to argue with him, though.
Yeah, very, very hard.
On the drive, inside. Baker, no, excuse me, it's Buckshot with another. I believe that's his third of the contest here, Andy Watson. Buckshot having himself again.
Yeah, and different stars emerging in different situations. And like I said earlier, this is the first time we've really seen a lot from Buckshot. He's getting the opportunity tonight, and it's been pretty good to see him come to life. And again, this, like the Canadian team talked about throughout the week, you want different guys to be able to step up at different times and jump in and contribute. So if you get a guy shut down or a guy hurt, you got guys that are used to playing together and used to the system down the road.
13-4 Nationals now, and they're up with possession off a face-off win from Doug Jamieson. Mohawk. Feet inside. Nanticoke. Book it.
And why not? Why not go to the cage if you're Nanticoke? Having a wonderful tournament. Take a look here at the little dish pass there from
simple T-man pick and roll
Mohawk.
game here on the slip.
Nice little dump pass. You can see that box lacrosse influence though, and it's hard to defend for a field team if you're not used to the box game.
No, it's something they've probably never seen, as Nanticoke will get a break here. His evening may be done to keep the legs as fresh as possible, as the Iroquois will play tomorrow and most likely Thursday. So it's what, Andy? They've played 3 days in a row already, right?
Yeah.
So they're looking at a 5-5 scenario here, and that could definitely play a factor come Thursday. And that's why you want that semifinal bye like Canada and USA have secured. To avoid, I know it's Ireland and you're probably going to get by them rather easily, but you still got to play 80 minutes of lacrosse and take slashes and run the field and make saves and bend over and take faceoffs. I mean, it all takes a toll at the end of the day.
And the Irish team, no slouch on offense. Where they may have a little bit of a question mark is at the back end, but they'll give them at least a little bit of a game tomorrow.
Good stop from Bartel as he kicked it free. A flank comes in on a late hit. And it'll be a man-up situation as the Australian fans applaud.
Owen Hill going to the sin bin, I believe, for a minute.
Watch it here one more time. William Hood on the drive. Shot comes there, and just out of our picture, Hill, excuse me, lowered the boom with the shoulder. 5.5 to go, third quarter.
Team Iroquois Nationals.
Well, the real fun gets going tomorrow, Andy Watson. Quarterfinal Wednesday, semifinal Thursday, and the grand finale comes up on Saturday. What do we got going on Friday?
Friday placing games for 13, 11, 9, and 7th places.
Okay. Got a skills competition coming up tomorrow as well. After the 3:30 game. Not exactly sure what's going to take place there, Annie, but depending on the energy level, maybe we'll carry that and have some fun with it.
Yeah, I think it's happening after the last game, so.
Well, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But we can probably, get a little podcast format going. Just keep it casual and watch the boys put a show on.
Seen the boys from US Lacrosse doing Periscope. New
Yes.
little piece of social media technology.
Corey McLaughlin doing yeoman's work here for Team USA from Inside Lacrosse Magazine.
Yes, the crew from Lacrosse Magazine doing a great job. Corey McLaughlin and company, and the Inside Lacrosse crew, Jeff Shannon and his folks are on their way over from the US.
Beautiful sunset starting to transpire here. So we get a pretty good look at it here in our camera shot now.
A nice facility here. Just to the left of your broadcast screen are the, what mountain range is that, Jake?
Well, I guess you want to call that Westwood Plateau.
Yeah.
Might as well pan that way now. You got Burke Mountain, Golden Ears Mountains just over the horizon from there as well, but a couple of golf courses up on top of the hill and big housing developments up there if you keep panning to the left. But beautiful backdrop here at Town Center, no question.
And actually, that's where Field 2 is, if you've seen some of the other games. That's the secondary field where you see those white tents set up. Good facility, though, and they've been really good to us here with the city of Coquitlam.
Baseball and soccer fields in behind our broadcast location and a full track around the main stadium here at Percy Perry. Fabulous facility in here in Coquitlam, BC. The second time they've hosted this U19 games. Feed down to the crease. Here's Pantine. He'll swing it. Down low, Purdy Jr. And Australia, again, just not in any hurry. They'll work the offense as now Pantine wants to go for a run around Staats. Looks on the cutback. It's Wood, one more. And there's the 16-year-old Griffin Nicholas. Great feature ahead of that young man. Drive to the goal line. Pantine loves to pack the ball. This is hockey now. 4 to play here, third quarter. Oh, chance coming. It's Nicholas, and tried to get a little too much on that one. Just needed the placement, not so much the heat there from Nicholas.
I love this butt end check, though, like at the end of the shaft from Baker. Just almost dislodged that ball. That was a beauty little spike check.
Just kind of hooked out of the stick there for Nicholas. All sorts of time and room to try and stick that one home. And that was a force. And here come the Iroquois Nationals. Bomberry with one ahead. All sorts of speed here for Baker right down Main Street. Backhand feed to the crease. All sorts of patience. One more. Down low. Dunk it in. Yes, indeed. Pretty to watch from the Nationals. Right there. Bennett on the finish.
Queuing lacks film room. Queuing lacks film room. What a beautiful set of passing. Few over the shoulder passes. Staats inside. Bennett buries.
No mistake.
No mistake.
Well, that's why this Iroquois Nationals team is so fun to watch, is just the creativity of their players. They just don't play like any other team, really. I mean, their stick skills are incredible. Their imagination, their creativity is exemplary. Leave Nanticoke on that last draw. Procedure call, however. Sean Clark will go for a run deep in behind the cage. Skklyar Thomas D'd up on him. Nicholas. And here we go again with Australia. Down 11 here, and fine line between being patient and losing here, Andy. I mean, down 11, late third quarter. I don't know how long you can just kind of play pass around the goal here.
Well, and maybe they're just settling for tomorrow. Maybe they just want to avoid any injury or anything that might happen as we get
like a little pushing and shoving in front of the goal here, and maybe offsetting minors. Any offsetting calls here?
Yeah, it looks like they're simultaneous, so Australia will get the ball back, and 30 seconds on each side for interference.
As we approach 9 a.m. Pacific time.
And actually, it's just on the one side.
9 p.m.
Yes, 9 p.m., yeah.
It's Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still Tuesday, last I checked. It all blurs though, right, Jake?
Day 6, and 4 more days of action to come. Purdy Jr. hard feet in front, and Bartel will collect. Give it to Baker and let him run.
Ooh, Baker taking a nice.
Oh, my. Tried to go around the back with it. Actually completed it. He's on the sideline now and pushed out.
What I'd like to see there, because the only reason he went out of bounds is because he got contact on the back. I'd like to see them award the possession back to the player there. But
didn't happen.
Nope.
As clock on the field here, late third quarter. Panting with Staats on him as he gets a step, feet in front. Pass was bobbled by Campbell. And now Bartel venturing out of his crease. He spins away, and now he'll launch as time will expire in quarter three. Iroquois Nationals in full control over the Crocodiles of Australia. They lead by 11 after 60 minutes. 20 minutes to go here from Percy Perry. We'll have it for you on Sports Canada TV, brought to you by Novus in a couple of minutes. 15-4, Iroquois over Australia with a quarter to go. Lacrosse fans, we are back for the final quarter of round robin action here on day 6 at the FIL U19 World Field Lacrosse Championships. Jake Elliott, Andy Watson with you. 20 minutes to go here, Andy, and Iroquois looks like they will lock up that 3 seed. Up 11 here to start play. Let's play some lacrosse, and here comes Nanticoke right down the pipe and sticks it home.
I don't know if you're Ireland what you do to try and contain him, but honestly, just an unbelievable run through by Nanticoke. Dodging past all the defenders. Top shelf where the peanut butter's stored. Iroquois up 16-4.
You keep your peanut butter on the top shelf?
Top shelf, yeah.
Okay.
Actually, keep it in the fridge.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah. Top shelf, though, when it's in storage.
Okay.
Yeah. Cookies are up there, too.
You go smooth or crunchy? Or?
I'm a smooth fan, my friend.
Okay. I like the crunchy myself.
It's a lost art, the crunchy peanut butter, though. When you get a good one, it's good.
Here's Austin Staats, better known as Audie. As Nanticoke will head to the bench here. Looks like he's going to take draws for the rest of this game. Maybe give Jamieson a bit of a break. Skklyar Thomas, Sky Sunday, both out there just to make my life a little bit more difficult. Quick juke, unload down to the crease. Tough pass to handle for Bennett. And now Dobson into the game here for Team Australia in between the pipes. So using all three goaltenders here for Team Australia tonight. Purdy Jr. As the U15 boys will get going here tomorrow as well. A little sub-tournament during these U19 games. The girls all wrapped up. Their tournament, that is. I can't even get Jillian to smile. Can't even get her to crack a smile.
That'll be our goal for tomorrow.
She's a focused individual. Unlike ourselves, Andy.
Focus would not be something I'd use to describe either of us, Jake.
Matthew Wood, who's been Australia's best player here tonight. Long shot. And where is it? Bartel's got it in the stick as he outlets quickly. And the Iroquois will turn it upfield. Trying to push the tempo. A little shovel feed for Staats. Faked it. And nothing available, so he'll keep it himself. On the post up now, a flag coming. And a bit of a softie there, if you ask me, Andy Watson.
Sold by Staats.
He's good at it. Bennett from behind the cage. Well, if nothing else, Sandy, let's hope for some competitive lacrosse for the next few days leading up to Championship Saturday.
I think you'll see that. I think we're now at a stage where teams are playing teams that they should be playing. I mean, tomorrow there might be a blowout, but, you know, that's sort of quarterfinals, for lack of a better word, with the semifinals in each division happening on Thursday.
Should be competitive.
So 3 brackets essentially will be created for Thursday. A 9-12 bracket, a 5-8 bracket, and a 1-4 bracket.
So are there 2 teams then that where their tournament is done?
There's 2 teams that have advanced through to Thursday's games already. One of them being Hong Kong.
You'll get the other?
Yes, I'll get the other.
Okay. Flag down as Bennett was pushed down. But the flag is coming against the Iroquois as play will continue. Got you covered, Andy. Long shot. And that one is gobbled up by Bartel. And here comes the flag. It'll be a man-up situation here for Australia now. Trailing 16-4. As Purdy Jr. will work from below the goal line to Davies. And now Pantene. I just really wish Pantene would get more aggressive. Stays within the game plan, but a pick off there by the Iroquois. Good ball into the middle. And Owen Hill will head back. This is Bennett. And now Tehoka Nanticoke. Or is it laughing over there? 7, excuse me. Is that far side of the field from our broadcast location, about 300 yards away, 250 at least. Sometimes a little difficult to pick up numbers on the far side of the field. Here's Bennett on the juke, the spin. Inside, Bennett still going, hit the post. Aussies on the attack. We'll make some changes here. 13.5 to go in this final round robin quarter. Duties are done, Andy?
Duties are done. Just getting some clarity on how we list games on our website. Home team will be listed first, and I guess that makes a difference in what jerseys teams decide to bring with them. Really no competitive advantage, though.
I suppose not.
I mean, in box lacrosse, you get to choose your bench. You know, if there's a conflict, you get to choose your jersey color.
I'm sure these teams like to choose one jersey or the other. As Pius Bonjui with a telling.
Giving the Crocs something to cheer about.
Oh, they've been behind their boys all week long here, have the Australians.
Nice drive from behind the X by Hockey. Had a one-on-one matchup with a short stick, and Bonjui just cutting through 2 defenders, grab and shoot and release, and the Aussies with their 5th goal of the night. 16-5 now, Iroquois lead. And this kid with the shades pulling the Tom Cruise with the Australian flag in his stick. Loving life.
Taking a piece out of the Canadians' book down there. He's got the field stick, not the woody, though. And Iroquois up with a face-off win. Staats still out there, as is Nanticoke. So maybe not so concerned about resting their star players here in control of this one. Staats on the duck under, corkscrew, and that one's stopped by Dobson. The Iroquois will try and ride the Australians here and cause a turnover.
Number 88, Pius Bonjui. Assistant number 34, Ryan Hockey. Time of goal 7:04.
Hockey with the assist, Andy.
Yes, from behind the X. Gotta love it.
Gretzky's office. And now Australia looking for back-to-back goals here.
Got to tell you, Jake, I'm looking forward to Taiwan, Korea tomorrow.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I am. 2 teams that are hungry, 2 teams that have had long tournaments here, been on the the receiving end of a lot of one-sided games.
And
but
I get those early morning starts as well.
Yeah, proud of the both teams. We've seen both teams here tonight, and they're sticking it out, even though they've got that early game tomorrow.
I will be back on air along with yours truly, Andy Watson, 12:30 Pacific time and 3:30 Pacific time for what will be Iroquois, Ireland, Australia, Israel.
Beauty games.
And those will set up the semifinal matchups for Canada and USA. Bennett with the feed, Laughin just over top.
Like I said, the pole play for Israel has really, really impressed me. Their one-on-one D, their transition, their settled offense with Bernstein leading the way. I think they've got a good. I think they've got a good shot to stay competitive.
Slipping down, ball checked free. Good defense there from the Aussies, but they turn it right back over, and now we got a little retaliation in behind. I think Staats up by 11 here just said, you know what, I've been whacked so many times tonight, I'm giving one somebody back. And I'll take the minute penalty, I don't care.
Fairly accurate there, Jake.
Well, it's understandable. I mean, you get slashed enough times, sooner or later you're going to retaliate. And if you're up 11, fourth quarter, not a bad time to do it.
Pick your moments, right, Jake?
Timeout down on the field. Australia will take it. We have 9:14 to go here in day 6. We'll be back with it when we return. Sports Canada TV brought to you by Novus. You know the deal. PXP for sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner from our very popular Iroquois Nationals raffle. Ms. Deb Jonathan. Congratulations. You are tonight's winner of our Iroquois Nationals raffle. You can go to the Iroquois Nationals tent and collect your prize. Congratulations, Deb Jonathan.
All right, Lacrosse fans, welcome back inside Percy Perry Stadium. Australia about to go to the man up on a penalty by Austin Staats for an illegal body check. Nine minutes to play on day 6. And the Nationals in control here, up 11. Purdy Jr. Feed goal line extended. Quick one here for Davies. Down to the crease. Sidearm and just missed. That was Nicholas on the shot. I'm just trying to pull up the stats here for the Iroquois to see exactly what kind of night Nanticoke is having. And a casual 5 goals, 2 assists for Tehoka Nanticoke here tonight. And Austin Staats with 2 goals, 4 assists. The big Gunners came to play here tonight for Iroquois. They will take on Ireland tomorrow. And Australia will face Israel. As quarterfinals begin tomorrow. Semifinals on Thursday, a day off for the Blue Division on Friday, and the final comes up 4 o'clock Pacific time Saturday. As I get the nod of approval from Andy Watson. I'm sure I have my schedule correct. A little cat and mouse here from Bartel and Purdy Jr. Starting to hear it from the Australian crowd. Now throws one up for grabs. It's turned over, an empty net to shoot at if he wants it. He does, and Bartel scrambles back to make the stop. And again, in Australia down 11 here, but in no particular hurry to go to goal. They just continue to stay within themselves regardless of what the score is. 6.5 to play. Hard slash there. And making another from Chauncey Hill. Now a flag comes in. And the Iroquois will be man down once again as Nanticoke actually playing with a long pole here for Iroquois. The kid just does it all. Unnecessary roughness, the call. As Iroquois gets the ball back quickly here. And they'll take their time on the clear shorthanded.
1 minute personal for unnecessary roughness. Time for the penalty 14 minutes. That's Hill. 1 minute for unnecessary roughness. Time 14 minutes.
Bennett back to the ball. Doesn't get the feed from the goaltender Bartel quite yet. Thank you for that, Karen Cost. There's a good shot of the American photographer. I'll retweet that one. Everybody pretty resigned to the fact this one is close to over. At 16-5 Iroquois and just over 4 minutes to play. Stall put on here for the Nationals. Laughing. Look out. A little pass there, just kept in play. It's just a wide open set here as Bennett will set a screen. And if you're Australia, you gotta go after the ball here. Yeah, it is boring. You're right, Australian fans. Go pressure the ball. And, you know, for people that argue, well, they're just standing there. Well, yeah, they're up 11 goals. Why wouldn't they? You have to go put it on your team to go get the ball back to score. But again, every time we see this, just strikes up the shot clock debate. They just refuse to go pressure the ball. Makes me want to refuse announcing.
So it is Iroquois versus Iceland.
Israel. I don't believe Iceland is in the tournament. It's I love to see Iceland in the tournament, though. Those fans at the Euro Cup were just amazing. I can only imagine what they'd be like supporting the lacrosse team. 2 minutes to go. Mexicans starting to chant here, Andy Watson. Get your headset back on, man. You're killing me.
Sorry about that, Jake. Trying to get the schedule up so our fans know who's
fair
playing
enough.
when
I
and
know
how.
you got about 6 hats you're wearing at this tournament.
Good times, my friend. Good times.
Being a little bit selfish. But, you know, the Australian fans chanting boring here, Andy. And, yeah, it is boring to watch what we're seeing, but it's on Australia to go after the ball here. It's not on Iroquois.
Part of the game. Right? Part of the game, my friend. And
the Mexicans getting the Let's Go Aussies chant going here. Gotta love it. And here comes the pressure from Australia. Probably a little spurred on by the crowd chanting as we're into the final minute.
so, Jake, do you want me to give the schedule one more time?
Yes,
again?
I do. Andy Watson, run it down for me, my man.
So 2 games at Field 2 tomorrow. Germany will face China at 10 a.m., followed by Scotland and Mexico at 1 p.m. And then in the semifinal rounds, we have Ireland facing the Iroquois Nationals at 12:30 p.m. at the stadium. Australia and Israel at 3:30 p.m. also at the stadium. And Korea and Taiwan in the morning game, 9:30 a.m.
I will not be here for that one, Andy.
No, really?
I might watch that one from home, though. You can do so right here on World Lax TV, Sports Canada TV. All brought to you by Novus.
Team Australia penalty to number 5, Ben Greenwood. 1 minute personal foul.
Apparently we're cheering penalties now, Andy.
Time of penalty 19-19.
You got a stat there, Jake.
Yes, he's on the score sheet.
Unnecessary roughness.
Well, it's
Time 19-19.
sometimes the only way I made it on there as well. Make your presence known.
Put your mark on the sheet there, Jake.
Clock on the field. This one is over. Iroquois locks up the 3rd spot. They'll take on Ireland tomorrow in the quarterfinals at 12:30. Australia will face Israel at 3:30 Pacific time. We'll have them both for you right here on Sports Canada TV. But day 6 and the round robin now complete at the 2016 FIL U19 World Field Lacrosse Championships here from Coquitlam, British Columbia. Make your final score. The Nationals 16, the Crocodiles 5. That'll wrap it up for here for day 6 for us. We'll be back day 7 bright and early right here on Sports Canada TV, brought to you by Novus. For our production crew, thank you. For Andy Watson, I've been Jake Elliott, and for the fastest game on 2 feet, and for the creator, we'll see you tomorrow, day 7, U19 World Field Lacrosse Championships. Good night, everybody.